So hello guys, in this video I will walk you through GA4 interview questions that actually get you hired. Most people prepare for GA4 interviews by memorizing definitions, but hiring managers doesn't test definitions, they test thinking. So we are going to start with our first question. What is GA4? GA4 is Google's next generation analytics platform built on an event-based data model designed for cross-platform tracking, which consists of web plus app. Unlike Universal Analytics, which focuses on sessions and page views, GA4 focuses on the entire user lifecycle. It consists acquisitions, engagement, monetization, and retention. Strategically, GA4 supports cross-device tracking using user ID and Google Signals, predictive metrics, purchase probability, crunch probability, privacy-first measurements with consent mode, and last, direct BigQuery import and export for raw event level and analysis. It's more aligned with product analytics than traditional web analytics. How is GA4 different from Universal Analytics? The major shift is from session-based to event-based architecture. In Universal Analytics, fixed hit type like page view, transaction events are there. Bounce rate was key metric. Web-focused tracking. In GA4, everything is an event. Engagement rate replaces bounce rate. Built for web plus app, data-driven attribution by default. No views, user data filters instead. Strategically, GA4 supports long-term behavior analysis rather than just traffic reporting. Explain the event-based data model deeply. In GA4, every user interaction is recorded as an event with parameters. Example, event name purchase, parameters recorded value, currency, items. This flexible schema allows custom business logic instead of predefined structures like UA. GA4 allows scalable event tracking suited for SaaS, e-commerce, or marketplaces. This makes GA4 closer to tools like Mixpanel and Amplitude in terms of product analytics capabilities. What are event parameters? Event parameters provide context to events. For example, add to cart, item ID, price, quantity. Login method. They allow detailed segmentation, custom dimension creation, deeper funnel breakdown. Without parameters, events lack analytical depth. What are user properties? User properties are attributes assigned to users and persist across sessions. Examples, subscription plan, user type, and country. They allow lifecycle-based segmentation and retention analysis. In SaaS, user properties are critical for analyzing behavior across different platforms and plans. Comment on GA4 for bonus level questions. What is attribution model in GA4? An attribution model determines how conversions credit is distributed across touchpoints. GA4 uses data-driven attribution by default, which uses machine learning to assign fractional credit based on actual behavior patterns rather than just simple rules like last click. This provides more accurate marketing ROI measurements. Why GA4 and Google Ads data doesn't match? Common reasons: different attribution windows, click-based versus session-based tracking, time zone differences, conversion modeling, ad blockers. GA4 uses session logic while ad uses click logic, which causes discrepancies. How would you audit a GA4 setup? I would first validate event taxonomy structure, check key event configuration, inspect internal traffic filters, review attribution model, test e-commerce events in debug view, validate cross-domain tracking, verify UTM consistency. I would also cross-check with backend or CRM data for validation. How do you analyze a drop in conversions? I would first check compare date range, check if traffic is broke, debug view, inspect traffic source quality, analyze funnel drop-offs, review recent marketing changes, check attribution model shift. If tracking is correct, I would segment by device, geography, and campaign to isolate the issue. Why is BigQuery export and why it is important? What is BigQuery export and why it is important? BigQuery export allows raw event level GA4 data to be exported directly to Google BigQuery. Benefits: unsampled data, custom attribution modeling, advanced SQL queries, joining CRM backend data, LTV modeling. This is essential for enterprise level analytics. Comment down GA4 for bonus level interview question and answers. What are predictive metrics in GA4? GA4 provides purchase probability, churn probability, revenue prediction. These are machine learning based and require sufficient data volume. They help create predictive audiences for remarketing. What is funnel exploration? Funnel exploration allows visualization of step-by-step user journeys and identifies drop-offs. You can create closed or open funnels, segment by traffic source, breakdown by device is powerful for conversion optimization. What is cohort analysis? Cohort analysis groups users by shared characteristics, example acquisition date, and tracks retention over time. It helps answer, are users coming back? Which acquisition channel has better retention? Critical for SaaS growth measurement. How would you design GA4 for a SaaS product? I would first design lifecycle events, sign up, onboarding, completion, feature usage. Then create user properties, plan type, and industry. Implement funnel for activation. Use cohort analysis for retention. Track MRR related events. Integrate BigQuery for LTV modeling. The goal is to align tracking with business KPIs, not just traffic. What is default channel grouping? Default channel grouping in GA4 automatically categorizes traffic into channels like organic search, paid search, direct, referral, display, etc. based on source, medium, and campaign parameters. However, as an analyst, I will never blindly trust default grouping. I validate UTM consistently and sometimes create custom channel groups to match business logic, especially in performance marketing environments. Why is direct traffic often high in GA4? High direct traffic usually indicates attribution gaps, not actual direct visits. Common reasons: missing or incorrect UTM parameters, HTTPS redirected to HTTP referral loss, mobile app transitions, email campaigns without tagging, dark social traffic, WhatsApp, Slack. In such cases, I audit campaign tracking and enforce standardized UTM governance. What is data-driven attribution in GA4? Data-driven attribution (DDA) uses machine learning to evaluate conversion paths and assign fractional credit to touchpoints based on actual impact. Unlike last-click attribution, DDA considers sequence on touchpoints, position in funnel, conversion probability. It provides a more accurate view of marketing effectiveness, especially in multi-channel campaigns. How do you investigate a sudden traffic drop? I follow a structured framework, compare data ranges to confirm anomaly, check tracking implementation via debug view, validate filters, internal traffic accidentally activated or not, analyze traffic by channel to isolate source, check Google Search Console for SEO impact, verify marketing campaign pauses. If tracking is intact, then it's likely an acquisition issue, not analytics. What is data retention setting? Data retention in GA4 controls how long user level and event level data is stored. It can be between 2 to 14 months. This affects explorations, cohort analysis, long-term user analysis. For serious product analytics, I always set it to 14 months unless legal restrictions apply. How do you filter internal traffic properly? Steps: define internal IP in data streams that I have made a separate video regarding this. Assign traffic type equals to internal. Activate filter under data settings. Important: always test first before activating permanently. If IP is dynamic, I use developer traffic filters or tagging parameters. What causes data discrepancies in GA4? Common causes: attribution model differences, time zone mismatches, conversion modeling, ad blockers, sampling in Explorer report, backend revenue delays. In enterprise environments, I reconcile GA4 with CRM or backend data. What is funnel exploration and when would you use it? Funnel exploration visualizes multi-step user journey and drop-offs. I use it to optimize checkout flows, analyze onboarding friction, measure feature adoption, identify conversion bottlenecks. I prefer open funnels for behavior discovery and closed funnels for performance tracking. What is path exploration? Path exploration shows actual navigation sequences users take. It helps identify unexpected navigation loops, detect exit points, understands user behavior flow. Very useful for UX optimization. What is cohort analysis and why it is important? Cohort analysis groups user based on shared acquisition date or behavior and tracks their retention over time. It answers, are new users coming back? Which campaign brings high retention users? Retention is often more important than acquisition in SaaS models. Comment GA4 for interview that has bonus level. How do you analyze retention in GA4? I use cohort exploration and segment by user source, acquisition source, device category, plan type. I compare week 1, week 2 retention trends to excess sickness. For deeper analysis, I export to BigQuery for custom retention curves. What is revenue per user and why it is important? Revenue per user, RPU, equals to total revenue divided by total users. It measures monetization efficiency. I compare RPU across traffic sources to identify high quality acquisition channels. What is AOV and how do you improve it? AOV, average order value, equals to revenue divided by purchases. To improve AOV, cross-sell recommendations, bundled pricing, free shipping thresholds, upsell prompts. I analyze AOV by device and channel to find optimization opportunities. How do you track e-commerce in GA4? Implement recommended e-commerce events, view item, add to cart, begin checkout, purchase. Each event must include item level parameters like item ID, item name, price, quantity, currency value. Accurate parameter structure is critical for product level analysis. What is cart abandonment and how do you analyze it? Cart abandonment occurs when user triggers add to cart but do not complete purchase. To analyze, create funnel, view item, add to cart, begin checkout, purchase. Segment by device, breakdown by traffic source, identify large drop-off steps. Often device, UX or payment gateway issue cause friction. How do you identify drop-off in checkouts? I create a funnel exploration, view item, add to cart, begin checkout, and then purchase. Then a breakdown by device category, segment by traffic source, compare new versus returning users. If drop-off is high at payment stage, it's likely UX, pricing surprise, or gateway issues. If drop-off is early, it's traffic quality mismatch. How do you track feature usage in a SaaS product? I define custom events aligned with product features such as feature export click, report generated, dashboard shared. Then I analyze event frequency per user, retention of feature users versus non-users, conversion rate after feature interaction. This helps measure product stickiness and activation depth. How do you measure user activation? Activation is the first moment a user experiences value. I define a clear milestone event such as first project created, first file uploaded, first transaction completed. Then I build a funnel from sign up activation. Measure time to time activation, analyze activation rate by channel. This connects marketing quality to product success. What are predictive metrics in GA4 and when do you use them? GA4 offers purchase probability, churn probability, predicted revenue. These require sufficient data volume. I use predictive audiences to run remarketing campaigns, prevent churn with targeted messaging, optimize LTV-based acquisition strategy. This moves analytics from descriptive to predictive. What is cross-domain tracking? Cross-domain tracking ensures a single user journey across multiple domains. Example, mainwebsite.com to checkoutprovider.com. Without cross-domain setup, GA4 may treat this as two sessions. I configure this under admin, data streams, configure tag settings, cross-domain measurement. This prevents artificial session breaks. How does GA4 handle cross-device tracking? GA4 uses user ID, Google Signals, and device-based modeling. User ID is the most reliable method for SaaS products. Without it, GA4 may overcount users across devices. What is BigQuery exports in GA4? BigQuery exports allows raw event-level data to be automatically sent to Google BigQuery. Benefits: unsampled data, custom attribution modeling, LTV calculations, complex SQL queries, joining CRM to backend data. For enterprise analytics, this is essential. Why is BigQuery important for advanced analytics? GA4 UI has limitations: sampling in Explore, limited historical retention, no complex joins. BigQuery enables cohort retention modeling, funnel performance over long periods, multi-touch attribution model, revenue forecasting. This elevates analytics from reporting to data science. Why is consent mode in What is consent mode in GA4? Consent mode adjusts tracking behavior based on user consent signals. If user declines cookies, GA4 collects limited data, uses modeling to estimate conversions. This ensures compliance with privacy regulations while minimizing data loss. What is conversions modeling? Conversion modeling uses machine learning to estimate conversion loss due to privacy restrictions or blocked cookies. This ensures reporting continuity despite signal loss. However, I always differentiate between modeled and observed data during analysis. How would you perform a full GA4 audit? I follow structured checklist, event taxonomy review, key event validation, internal traffic filter check, cross-domain configuration, attribution model review, UTM governance, validation, e-commerce parameter verification, BigQuery export status. Then I compare with backend data for validation. What is session source versus first user source? Session source is source that drove that specific session. First user source is original acquisition source. Example, user first came via organic, later returns via direct. Session source is direct, first user source is organic. Understanding this helps evaluate acquisition versus re-engagement. What is engagement time in GA4? Engagement time measures how long the site or app is actively in focus. It excludes background tabs. It's more accurate than traditional session duration metrics. How do you calculate ROI using GA4? I integrate Google Ads and ensure conversion values are passed. Then ROAS equals to revenue divided by ad spend. I analyze revenue by campaign, conversion rate by channel, customer acquisition costs versus LTV. ROI must connect marketing to profit, not just traffic. How do you identify high-value users? I segment users by revenue per user, frequency of purchases, retention duration, feature uses depth. Then I analyze acquisition channels driving high-value segments. Why does real-time traffic data differ from standard reports? Real-time shows raw event stream data. Standard reports apply processing delays, attribution logic, data modeling. Hence, slight discrepancies are normal. What is measurement protocol? Measurement protocol always sending events directly to GA4 servers via API. Used for offline conversions, server-side tracking, CRM-based events. This enables full funnel measurement. What is server-side tagging? Server-side tagging moves tracking logic from browser to server. Benefits: better data control, improved privacy compliance, reduced data loss, faster page load. It increasingly important due to browser restrictions. Do you handle major data discrepancies and how? I check attribution settings, time zone alignment, UTM consistency, internal filters, backend revenue logs, conversion modeling impact. Then I document findings and align stakeholders on source of growth. How would you design GA4 for a growth-focused startup? I would define business KPIs, CAC, LTV, retention, create structured event taxonomy, implement life cycle events, enable predictive metrics, integrate ads plus CRM, connect BigQuery, build Looker Studio dashboards. The goal is to align GA4 with revenue growth, not vanity metrics. How do you handle major data discrepancies? I check attribution settings, time zone alignment, UTM consistency, internal filters, backend revenue logs, conversion modeling impact. Then I document findings and align stakeholders on source of growth. Comment down GA4 for bonus level interview questions.